Okay, this is a Yamaha C4 preamplifier, mainly just dirty controls, needs some lamps replaced, bunch of resoldering along the main board there. I believe most customers don't really understand what's involved in doing this sort of work. They think you just go in the controls and that's it. Sometimes that's true, I'll admit, but a lot of times there's much more to the story, and that's what I hope to show here with a little video blog. Okay, here we go. Wrenches. So if you were going to do this yourself, you get to go buy some new tools, right? Let's see if we can find an in-between size here. There we go. This is probably going to be a little bit more of a long-form video blog, so probably less commentary. I'll be looking to add some other stuff in there, perhaps. Maybe some music or some video effects, something to keep it slightly interesting. Text overlays, I don't know. Need to desolder the volume control for access here. It's really scratchy and there's just doesn't appear to be really any way around it. I've been considering issues of what to do with my video blogs lately. I've had requests to show more troubleshooting, and I plan to do that. But also we need to include some safety information. In this day and age with YouTube and the occasional unqualified or unknowledgeable person trying to fix their own stuff, there's a lot of potential for trouble there. Somebody could get hurt or worse. So it's like the man said, if these concepts are unfamiliar to you, perhaps you should put the cover back on that piece very carefully and refer servicing to a qualified individual. On the other hand, if you're a skilled hobbyist or have some experience with electronic equipment, if you exercise a little care, there's no reason why you ought not be able to do some things yourself. I was working on a Denon AVR 4800 just yesterday, and the phone rang. I had a long conversation with a friend, and I stopped the camcorder in the middle, but yet continued to work disassembling the piece, and so that didn't work out very well. A lot of potential footage got lost, and I'll try not to do that. But that does mean that I'll probably go long periods of time without talking. Or you might have to suffer through a telephone call, or we press the edit button, so to speak. Either way. I was thinking also I might put together a blooper reel. Things where I pinch myself or cut myself or have a probe slip or drop a tool on the floor or something. America's Funniest Repair Technicians. I can see it now. All kinds of springy noises and laugh tracks and stuff like that. You can get really corny with that stuff. Don't feel safe in this world no more. Don't wanna die in a nuclear war. I wanna sail away to a distant shore and make like an ape man. La 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 la. Ouch. La 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 la. Hit my girl. We'd be so happy. I hate my world. More fun of electronics, you have to have all kinds of specialized tools. These are shaft nut drivers. I have a set of 3. They fit just about any Japanese equipment that uses shaft nuts. As I say, I'm hopeful I can loosen things up just enough to worm that control out of there without totally discombobulating everything. Starting to get somewhere. You still seeing this? Yeah, let's readjust a little. How's that? As long as the camera don't fall over. Try that. Woohoo! cool. Let's see here. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. This is just to partially spread this a little so I can get in there to clean it. I'm not going to take it apart completely. There's going to be parts that are pretty permanently press fit and crimped in there to where you can't really do that, but you can open it up partially, and get your cleaner in there better. See, this is a press fit little retainer there. You really dare not mess with that, but actually I guess loosening it didn't help me a lot, but I have these little slits that I can get into to spray stuff, so that'll still work. Little extra concentrated cleaner, and I'll try and blast that in there with the aerosol. This one here, this would be the balance control. You really want to catch any runoff, and if the controls are still in the unit when you spray them out, it can get rather messy. We'll address that in a future blog probably, but right now it's just sufficient to see that I'm trying to prevent any excess from actually going all over the circuit boards, etc. inside there, to the extent that's practical anyway. these two back in there actually. My spacers there. One thing I discovered on this little flip camcorder when I rigged an external DC supply to it, every time I turn it off for a period of time, its memory goes away and I have to reset the date and time and options and stuff when I turn it on. And so I think I'm going to be wanting to rig more of a rechargeable NiCad kind of an arrangement for that. Still be primarily running off a DC supply, but then the NiCads will be there when the supply is turned off. A blocking diode or something to keep it from feeding back into the power supply. Okay. That'll be fine, but let's see here. Now on the inside we have several switches here that are going to get pretty much the same treatment. I'll be trying to pack some tissue around there and then just rotating the controls as I spray the cleaner in there. And then there will be another different technique for these push buttons, but we'll address that here shortly. Always easy to do a pretty job. To turn these without the knob on them. Ouch. Like I say, yowza. Your input selectors, your record selectors, your tape monitors, things like that, tape dubbing switches, all those are rather critical too. For example, a tape dubbing switch, you might not hear what it does normally, but if you happen to be using an equalizer or an external processor of some sort, maybe then the record out cutting out would cause you trouble. get my tissue in where I wanted it, so we're just making gravity work for me. Okay, that should be good. I wonder if that kind of work is why my left wrist has medical problems. Could be. These buttons actually control the preamp 1 and 2 outputs, and so these are going to be extremely critical for channels cutting out and so forth. My coworker's in the bathroom, so naturally the phone will ring. Now on these types of push button controls, you can see how they work there. In my experience, if you spray cleaner in at the sides, the contacts are right along in here on both sides. You spray the contact cleaner in here, there and there, there and there. See, I told you the phone would ring. You're working back and forth. Pass some tissue in there, and you can get those contacts clean. And once again, spraying the cleaner in here on each of these controls and working them up and down like that, and and you have to do this too when they're interlocked, but that will get those controls clean. I've had very good luck doing that. Just once in a blue moon, the contacts inside will have some a little bit of corrosion or fungal type of growth on them, where you have to take everything apart physically and clean them. That's way too much fun for normal repairs. One thing I hate is when this stuff sprays back and gets on my eyeglasses. These big old plastic lenses do protect your eyes a little, though. I had a big old blob of solder come up on my eyeglasses one time and ruined that lens on the glasses, but probably saved my eye. Walmart called while we were in there. They got another one over on 21st and Mays.
Okay.
I left a note. amazing. Is that right? I'm impressed. I don't know how well you can see it. This is our headphone amplifier here. That's a real little audio amplifier. A push-pull output stage with emitter resistors and everything. All for the headphone jack. What a deal. I didn't know they did that. So easy. Not so easy. Not so easy. Left side cover off there. Give me a little access. See, I was afraid that would be the case.
loosening these over on this side, and low battery. And we're up and running again. That's not going to be easy to get back in, guarantee. It does let me get these controls to clean a little better. Start thinking about some lamps. And original equipment, Yamaha lamps. Not my first rodeo, as they say. Okay, now then. Let's start with this one here, I guess. And that's go exactly. Looked like that's where it ought to go, but now I'm not so sure. Oh, it's right here, isn't it? Aha. You can see this. I'm not going to try and reposition the camera right now, if you understand. underestimate my ability to overcomplicate things. This could be trouble. What was it? Potentially too bad. Okay. This one's fighting me a little. Ooh, a lot of room to spare there, is there? Yamaha's discontinued a lot of their old lamps. They just have a couple versions still available. Well, let's give it a quick check before I put it back together. Oh, might want to solder in the volume controller. Maybe connect a couple of grounds. And clean the circuit board like a real audio professional. See that yick? Now I think we can give it a try. Anyway, as we can see, the volume control action's nice and clean now. It was terrible before. There's your balance control, your input select, and so forth. Give it a good old square wave to check the action of the tone controls. Tone controls are clean. I think we're in good shape. Oh, sorry, let's try that again. Tone controls are clean. Bass control, treble control, balance, volume. I think we're good to go. Let's put her back together. Trouble getting that one plate back under there, as I recall. That's going to be a mess. Looks like maybe not all that bad after all. Electronic Wizards. Okay. Yes. Well, I don't want 7 days a week. All I wanted was the Sunday subscription with the TV guide. But the trouble with that is that they kept raising the price on the Sunday only subscription, and then they took the TV guide out of it and started wanting to charge extra for that. That's when I canceled. And does that include the TV listings? That's a new thing they got with the TV section. The regular Sunday newspaper no longer has that TV Week section in there. They've gone to a separate Sunday, TV magazine kind of a thing that's an extra cost item, and that's what got me to cancel my subscription. Frankly, I got pretty irritated with that because I'm paying 3 times what I used to for the newspaper, and now no TV listings. And frankly, the TV listings were the only reason I took it. That was for my wife. I don't even need it. I can get what I need online, but my wife's a little stubborn about that stuff. So okay, I was okay doing that for her, but this was the last straw, Well, first of all, let's make sure you call the person you intended to call, because this is a line that's not normally in use for personal stuff. Oh, okay. I see. Well, if you'd like to check on that and call me back, that would be fine. I can give you my name, but in the absence of frankly, getting back where I was, or a little bit better even, I'm not interested. My name's Mark, and all right, thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Yes, I would be happy to resubscribe for a lower price than before, with the added TV magazine that they now want to charge extra for. Turkeys. So, these are different plastic tapping screws, aren't they? No? Oh, the reason I do that is because the plastic bits here work just like sandpaper. When you're screwing them back into the same plastic they came out of, it just wears out the holes a little more. And so it's a good idea to clear the little plastic bits off those screws before you reuse them. Sometimes the old ways are best. Okay. I still have some resoldering to do on here, but I think I've got most of the maintenance work done. Alrighty, let's stop here momentarily and we'll resume with a fresh, empty ram stick.
Okay, and now we're just going to do a little bit of resoldering in here and cleaning up the front panel and putting it back together. That ought to about do it.
This one's been warm. I'm going to remove some of that solder and redo it. Mostly they're not too bad though. I've seen them worse.
Okay, alright, no, we'll go with that then. Okay. And if you're lucky, you might be able to get that later to the envelope.
Yes, I already did that one, but I didn't like it. Looks like these old boards are pre-fluxed. They never really did wash them off that well. Cleaning. Let's get started. Okay. The more you clean them, the more they want to be cleaned. Take a break. And we're back. This one's shaping up real nice though. Looks like I'm cocked at an angle there. Hope that doesn't look too silly when I'm checking it later. That's a lot better. Okay. Okay. Let's give it a try. Things light up nice, like they're supposed to. And there's our nice little dual square wave on the scope trace there. Balance control. Audio muting works nice. Preamp out. Preamp out works clean. Once again, audio muting 20 dB works fine. Input selector. Stereo mode buttons. Filters. Not cutting out. Let's go back to a square wave and observe the tone controls. Okay, and treble control, you can see, affects mainly the leading edge. Oh, and we have a parametric sort of a adjustment there. Bass control, and a sort of a parametric adjustment. And tone bypass. Everything's working nice. This has been a repair brief by the Multimeter Junkie. Over and out.